It's a cloudy Monday evening here in Seattle as you look at the fabulous view from Kerry Park. Slumping Mariners trying to find some offense tonight with the Texas Rangers coming to town for the first time. Second meeting, and how about the two managers, Jeff Bannister and Scott Service, cordially meeting tonight. It was almost fireworks last week in Texas. Right now, the Mariners would like to fire up their offense. Tonight, it's Hisashi Iwakuma against Colby Lewis in our meeting, a first of three before heading out on the road. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew on hand here. Let's take a look at the batting orders for tonight's ball game.
For manager Jeff Bannister leading things off, it'll be Odor. Odor off to a tough start, hitting just 130 on the year, but against Iwakuma, 417 with a home run. Hitting second, Nomar Mazara. Made his debut yesterday with the Rangers. He went 3 for 4 with a home run. Adrian Beltre in his career against Iwakuma, 308 with 3 home runs. Get down, rounding out the 9 will be Brett Nicholas making his major league debut. For Iwakuma, he pitched well against the Rangers in Arlington. Had to throw a lot of pitches to get through his 5 innings. Take a look at his numbers from last year: 129 2/3, 111 strikeouts, just 21 walks. Opponents hit 240 against Iwakuma. And a look at the defense for the Mariners. In center field, you have Leonis Martin covering a lot of ground. Seth Smith will get the start in right. Ketel Marte at shortstop. Made a couple of errors in the first 2 games, but has really been solid since then at shortstop. And then doing the catching tonight will be Chris Iannetta. Had yesterday off, back in the lineup today for the Mariners. In his career against the Rangers, 14 starts, an 8-3 record with a 3.43 ERA.
Kuma's won his last 6 decisions against the Rangers. And an early happy birthday wish to Hisashi Iwakuma, who turns 35 tomorrow. We are ready for action. And his first batter is going to be Root Ned Odor. Off to a slow start, just 3 for 24. But he is a dangerous player. Shift on against him. First pitch is down for ball 1. Umpires tonight: Jeff Nelson has balls and strikes. Doug Eddings at first, Laz Diaz at second, and Corey Blazer at third. Popped up. It's playable. Coming in is Lynn as he calls off Iannetta to make the play. Adam Lind making the first out. And we had a huge crowds over the weekends. 30,000 plus yesterday. 7:10 time here, 57 degrees, wind out of the north at 2 miles an hour. 4th time the Mariners seeing the Texas Rangers. 3 down there, 3 here. First week and change of the season. First pitch to Nomar Mazara. Down low, just called up. 21 years old. Will be his birthday coming up in a few days. He's out of Santo Domingo. Number 101. Had some good numbers at Frisco, Texas last year, AAA. 284, 13 homers, 56 runs batted in. There's a drive to the gap. Martin will cut it off, hold him to a single. Talking to Jeff Bannister about Mazara. He's a high prospect, really cool, mature beyond his years, and he wasn't kidding when he said he had a feel for the barrel of the bat.
Well, he can handle a slow breaking ball. 73 miles an hour on the curveball, jams him a little bit, but he'll pick up another base hit. So he is off to a good start. Now 4 for 5. For Iwakuma, his fastball will be 87 to 90 miles an hour. We know about the split. He'll also mix in a slider, occasional curveball, a cutter, maybe a couple of times a game.
Adrian Beltre, third baseman. Real nemesis for Iwakuma. He's 12 for 39 with 3 home runs against Iwakuma. Mariners 12-7 against the Rangers last season, and he went 2 out of 3 to open up the season down in Arlington. Former Mariners Spike Owen at third base. And first base coach is Hector Ortiz. And Jeff Bannister, American League Rookie Manager of the Year last year in his rookie season. Look out.
In Iwakuma's first start against the Rangers, he went 5 innings, gave up 6 hits, a couple of earned runs. Had to throw 90 pitches, though, to get through the 5 innings.
And an uncharacteristic 3 walks and hit a batter.
He did have 5 strikeouts.
Mariners looking for a double play here. Down the line, and that will be a foul ball. All out for the ball. My goodness. First guy went for the dive. Did he come up with it? No. A little chilly tonight. 57 degrees as we speak. But Mike, I think it's a good bet. We'll see a high 40s tonight.
I think you're right.
The boys
like
came
April
prepared.
now.
Yeah. We got spoiled,
We
right?
did. First few days, you bet. It was nice.
Long look by Okuma. Beltre calls time. Beltre swinging the bat well. Last couple of games, 4 for his last 8. 3 doubles and a home run. Seager, there's a double play you were looking for. Nice and easy around the horn. So Iwakuma gives up a base hit, gets a double dip to get out of it, and the Mariners will come up and swing the bat with Oki, Seager, and Cano. Open up the home. Slow start at the bat for Kyle Seager, but he's glad the Texas Rangers pitching staff is in town. He has wailed on them during the course of his career. Here's a look at the rest of the Mariner batting order.
And Kyle is happy to see Colby Lewis in his career. 345 with a couple of home runs and 7 RBIs. Robinson Cano, 381 with 2 home runs off of Lewis. Work your way down to the speed in the lineup. 8-9 hitters. Marte 3 for 5, and Martin 2 for 3 off of Colby Lewis. For Lewis last year, 17-9 record, but a high ERA, 4.66 ERA for him, 142 strikeouts to 42 walks. Opponents hit 266. He gave up 26 home runs.
Up high to Nori Oki from Colby Lewis.
For Lewis, not overpowering. His fastball will be around 88 miles an hour. You see quite a few sliders from him, mix in his changeup. Occasional curveball. Was able to get some cotton candy. Took out a row of them.
Okay, let's do a little inventory check here. At least he doesn't have to call for the medic. Colby Lewis is like, oh man. And if been out on the highway, he wouldn't be getting them back. He'd get them and run. 2-1. Colby Lewis. Last Wednesday against the Mariners, 6 innings, 6 hit ball. This one hit foul. Still, he got them all back. Now his task to sell them, make some money. Somebody with a Birmingham Black Barons jersey. How cool was that? 2-2. Full count. Nori 1 for 5 yesterday's game, and here's a base hit to get things started. He can cover the plate, can he?
He can. He knows the strike zone. Rarely tries to do too much. Just wants to put the ball in play, especially with 2 strikes. Take a look at this swing. Able to get on top of a high fastball, drive it back into center field.
Good sight there to get Aoki aboard. To bring up Kyle Seager, as we mentioned, struggling mightily at 174, a homer and 4 runs batted in. But good numbers against Lewis with a couple of home runs. Kyle, a .331 career hitter against the Texas Rangers. 15 home runs. Good count for Kyle. Mike, one of the things you got to see here starting tonight, you want to see the boys pick it up. They were 0 for 16 runners in scoring position against the Athletics.
Yeah, you look at their losses on the year. They have 4 of them, and in the 4 losses, 0 for 20 runners in scoring position. I think that was surprising over the weekend is the amount of strikeouts we were seeing. I don't think that we're going to see a lot of that over the course of the summer. The club isn't built that way, but they had a tough time against the A's pitching staff. 7
yesterday, 12 on Saturday, 2, 4, 6 on Friday. 2-1 here to Seager with Cano on deck. Outside 3-1. Some bit of work here. Colby Lewis be facing Cano next. Big 3-1 pitch. Nori goes. The pitch is in there for a strike. Throw down to second. Oh, he slipped off the bag, and they got him.
He thought he was able to get his hand back before the tag. He did. He definitely came off the bag, but he thought he was able to get his hand back on them before the tag was made. And Scott Service might take a look at this.
Wait, get word from Chris Prieto.
He had the base stolen, but then he'll go right past it. Hand on. Oh, it doesn't look like his hand ever came off the base.
Elvis Andrus with the tag.
There it was right there. When his foot came off, he kept the tag on and was able to get him at that point. Right there. So caught stealing.
So he's out 2-6, 3-2 to Seager. Ball 4.
Take a look at the defense for the Rangers. Had to make some changes because some guys going on the disabled list. But Ian Desmond, a shortstop in his career, going to try his luck out in center field tonight. Yeah, Mazzara making the start in right field. Making his major league debut. Brett Nicholas, behind the plate. Not a surprise to see Aoki try to steal, see what he has back there behind the plate. Probably try to run on him a lot.
So Desmond in center field last Wednesday, and here he is again tonight. Brings up Robinson Cano. Mariners still have not recorded a stolen base. They're 0-3, 0 for 3.
Chirinos, the regular catcher for the Rangers, went on the disabled list.
Check swing, broke his wrist. Out about 10 weeks. Shin-Soo Choo, calf injury. He'll be out for a period of time. 1-1. Mariners lose 2-1 yesterday to to the Athletics. Cano going 0 for 4. There's your Red Cross indeed. Chu Darvish, you know about, he's out for a while. Josh Hamilton is at extended spring training right now.
Trying to work his way back from knee surgery.
Body's breaking down in a big way. 1-1. In there for strike 2 to Robbie Cano. Cano 0 for his last 6, looking to break out, looking to get hot again against these Rangers. Cano got a home run off of Lewis last Wednesday. Mariners 9-5 win. And Leonys Martin. 2-2. Mariners looking for their first home win of 2016. Looked great. A lot of offense down in Texas, winning 2 out of 3, and then stumbled here at home against the Athletics. 2-2. Full count. Back-to-back, make that 3 consecutive. Full counts rung up by Lewis with Nelson Cruz on deck.
See that quite a bit with Lewis. He's a touch off. He has to pitch off the edges of the plate. Again, his fastball just 88 miles an hour.
Runner goes. Ball hit the right side. Moreland will take it. Hopscotch over to the bag for out number 2. Moving to second is Seager. And that'll bring up former Ranger Nelson Cruz. Cruz 1 for 3 last week against Colby Lewis. Well, you look at Lewis, he's like a bionic man. The 12 and 13 season missed for a flexor tendon in his right elbow. 13 the right hip bone spurs. And he became the first major leaguer to return from hip resurfacing surgery. And he did 2 years in Japan.
Yep.
First tour duty with the Rangers 02 to 04, and then Detroit, Oakland, and Hiroshima in 08 and 09. What are you seeing from Cruz lately?
And just his timing is a little bit off. He's been able to hang in there, though. Coming into the game, he's hitting .261 with 1 home run. And we saw this at the beginning of spring training. Timing a little bit off, and he was able to fix it for a stretch of about 10 days. And I think right now he's just trying to figure things out a little bit.
Well outside 2-0.
I like the fact, though, that he's still able to check in with a base hit pretty much on a nightly basis. Good look at Edgar Martinez. Had a nice conversation with him this afternoon.
I want to ask you about that 2-0 here to Nelly. 2-out runner at second. 2 guys struggling that once they get going, the Mariners are really going to be rolling. Seager and Lynn very slow out of the gate.
Yeah, Adam Lynn waiting on deck, and just asking Edgar about it. He said that one of the things is that they faced 4 left-handers in the first 6 games. He hasn't had regular at-bats. He'd like to see him get 3 or 4 at-bats for a couple, 2, 3, 4 days in a row, try to get his timing back. I asked him if there was anything mechanical going on with him, and he said the only thing was is he felt he was jumping a little bit, wanted him to stay on his backside a little bit longer. He said he was able to do that in his last couple of at-bats yesterday, so he's expecting him to have a good night.
2-1 to Cruz, outfield deep. Hit hard down the line. That's a fair ball. That'll pick up a run. Mariners get a RBI here as Cruz digging for 2, and he's in there safely with an RBI double. 1-0 Mariners. They finally come up with a base hit with a runner in scoring position. They're now 1 for their last 17. 1-0 lead for Nelly, his second RBI.
Well, his timing was pretty good on this pitch. Off speed pitch, able to stay back long enough and hits it hard enough to get it past Beltre at third.
That is a welcome sight. Cruz was 1 for 3 against Colby Lewis last week. That'll bring up Adam Lind. And you look at the numbers. This guy's been a hitter throughout his career. It'll happen. He's 0 for his last 10 and 1 for 15 on the season.
Probably happy to see the Rangers, too. He's hit 18 home runs in 51 games against the Rangers.
Bad. I like his swing in this ballpark. 1-0.
Yesterday hit the ball hard a couple of times. Took the left fielder up against the fence and left. Ended up being a fly out and hit the ball hard back up the middle. Fortunately, it was right at the shortstop.
1-1 Adam. 2-1. Here Jeff Nelson. The call, ball outside. Outfield deep for Lynn. 2-1 pitch. Strike count evens at 2-2. Last 25 meetings for the Mariners against the Rangers. Mariners have won 16 of those games. Here's the 2-2. Big home run numbers in the course of his career, Adam Lind, in Toronto and in Milwaukee. Nelson Cruz at second. He's got 7 hits this season. 3 of them doubles, 1 a home run. 2-2. Outside, full count. Seth Smith hoping to get an opportunity here in the first. Three and 2 outs. Run in. Cruz at second. Pitch. Struck him out. That'll do it for the Mariners, but they do get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and leave a man. Have a 1-0 lead over Colby Lewis and the Texas Rangers. Seattle Mariners baseball here on Root Sports, being brought to you by Honda Dream Garage Sales Event, now at your Honda dealer. By BNSF Railway, sponsor of the BNSF Blast. By Safeco Insurance, find a local agent at safeco.com. Do more. And by Snoqualmie Casino, Seattle's closest. Snoqualmie Casino. Pioneer Square in Seattle. Always pleasant to walk through there. You look at Prince Fielder showing bunt against this shift. They got the lone hit against Felix Hernandez in the season opener. Little bloke job that split the difference between the shortstop and the left fielder. Everybody was pulled over to the right side. We Fielder, Desmond, and Moreland 4, 5, and 6 here for the Rangers.
I was talking to Tim Bogart today about the shifts and different situations. A lot obviously that goes into it. Mentioned Prince squaring around the bunt. He takes that slow curveball on the outside corner. And Tim said there's a number of hitters that you'll see the shifts against where Kyle will be all the way out at the shortstop right at the start of the at-bat, and if they want to bunt, go ahead because he feels that they're doing you a favor.
Great swing, getting Kuma with his first K of the night.
And what he means by that is the hitters that can hit it out of the ballpark, go ahead and let him try to bunt if he wants to. And you'll see this from Iwakuma a lot over the course of the summer. He'll elevate the fastball from time to time, even though he'll top out at around 90.
He's as effective as anybody who's topping at that number. A lot of guys who are the 95 guys and better, you know they're going to do it.
Well, there's two keys to it, I think, for Iwakuma. One, when he throws that pitch, you'll see a lot of pitchers waste that fastball high, and it's so high you can't get him to swing it. His is borderline at the top of the zone. And the other one, of course, is his reputation of throwing the split. They have that in the back of their mind. You'll see a lot of late swings on his fastball when it's elevated.
2-0 to Ian Desmond, the former Washington Nationals shortstop, converted into an outfielder. Saw him in left field last week, in center field, and he's in center field again tonight. 2-0.
Off to a slow start, 27 at bats. He's hitting 148.
Just 3 for 21 with no homers, no ribbies. As we approach sunset, some of the clouds moving away. Let's brighten up a touch here. Safe go field. 2-1. 1-0 on an RBI double by Nelson Cruz. First of 3 here with the Rangers. Mitch Moreland on deck. And a rare walk. 1 out, 1 on, second inning here. Make sure you round up the family. Head to Safeco Field tomorrow night. 7:10 first pitch. It'll be the first Safeco Insurance Grand Slam Family Package night of the season. You get a ticket, a hot dog, and a Pepsi for one special package value price. Visit Mariners.com to purchase your tickets. There's a Kuma Bear hat from previous promotions. Get a full view of it. Just keeping score, too. Mitch Moreland is the hitter. And he looks for strike. Moreland 6 for 29 against Iwakuma. He too off to a slow start. And in 1-1. Marlins number coming into this game 217. He had to get a little warm to get to 217. He's hit safely in his last 5 games. Longest streak by a Ranger to this point. Here's 1-1. Fifth season in Seattle for Iwakuma, as they talked about in the pregame show. Didn't pass the medical profile for the Dodgers. Mariners were able to get him back. That was a great day for this franchise. 1-2.
I remember this winter right after they were able to get him back, talking to Jerry Dipoto, the GM. He had a big smile on his face. He was happy to have him back.
Like going out in the free agent market and scoring somebody, huh?
That's right.
Kuma got a double play in the first inning. Wouldn't mind one here to get out of the second. 1 out, 1 on. 2-2 pitch.
Well located split, 84 miles an hour, right on the outside corner.
Last Tuesday in Texas, Iwakuma gave up RBI singles to Andros and Chirinos in the 3rd inning. That was it. Well out of play. 2-2. Dating back to August 16th, 3 years ago, Iwakuma 6-0 with a 2.87 ERA and 8 starts against these Rangers. Two pitch. Swing, and it gets away from Iannetta. The batter's out. The runner advanced, and he's at second. Second strikeout.
We're talking about Iwakuma and his split, keeping it below the strike zone, getting a lot of hitters to chase that pitch. So he goes off the heel of the glove of Iannetta.
Strikeout, wild pitch. Two outs, runner at second. Brings up the shortstop, Elvis Andrus. Elvis went 2 for 2 against Kuma last week. Coming in, Seth Smith, not going to be able to get it. And Desmond, a fast runner, scores easily standing up, and the ball game is tied at 1 apiece. Elvis is now 3 for 3 against Iwakuma. Picks up an RBI, his 4th.
The Rangers have had their struggles hitting with runners in scoring position. Like the Mariners, the Rangers hitting .210 coming into this game, and Andrus being aggressive. He gets jammed on a fastball at the top of the strike zone, in on his hands. He'll pick up an RBI.
Here's Ryan Rua, the left fielder.
Good idea to keep an eye on Andrus. He can run.
And he's due. He's looking for his first stolen base. He's 0 for 3. Gonna have to be careful. Decent lead by Andrus. Strike 1. Elvis has stolen his share of bases since coming up to the bigs. Stolen base numbers are impressive. 33, 32, 37, 21, 42, 27, and 25. He is a legit threat. 0 for 3 so far. One. Brewers so far limited action, just his 3rd game. It's 1 for 8. Runner goes. Big swing on it, fouled off. Nice catch. That brought his glove. Foul ball, room service straight to him.
For Iwakuma, because of the double play in the first, he only threw 10 pitches, but now 20 pitches here in this inning. .30 pitches, 19 strikes.
Outfield straightaway, not too deep for Rua. 1-2 pitch. Through the hole, past the diving Seager, base hit. Bottom of the order doing some work here. Bring up the 9-hole hitting catcher, making his big league debut, Brett Nicholas.
Rua able to stay on the split. Probably right at the bottom of the strike zone. He's able to barrel it up and hit it past Kyle Seager at 3rd.
Brings up Brett Nicholas, played some college ball at Gonzaga. 29 games as a freshman. Grew up in Phoenix. Jeff Bannister said he's a grinder, and he's worked his way up here. 275 career minor leaguer. That's a strike one. Out of the University of Missouri, first-year draft back in 2010, after transferring out from Gonzaga. Rangers, bottom of the order, producing here. Elvis Andrus with an RBI, and Rua keeps the inning going. Runners at first and second. Count.
Best fastball so far, right on the outside corner at 90 miles an hour. Every now and then you'll see him hit 91, 92, but for the most part he's 87, 89.
And two, swing and a miss, struck him out. Moreland make that Nicholas striking out in his major league debut after 7 years in the minors. Kuma limits the damage to a run. Seth Smith, Chris Iannetta, Ketel Marte all coming up next. Second, 6, 7, and 8 coming up for the Mariners. Smith, Iannetta, and Marte as we come to above the A and safe go field. Seth Smith hitting at an even 300. 1 homer, 2 runs batted in. Homer coming down in Texas, the opening series.
Colby Lewis had to throw a lot of pitches in the first inning. 29 pitches, just 14 strikes. Did not throw a first pitch strike to any of the 5 batters he faced.
Inside to Seth, who's 1 for 11 against Lewis. Oh, 2 strikes. The Mariners were so hot against Texas. swinging the bat, some big innings late in the games, and then things didn't work out against the Oakland Athletics as they get swept. So tonight's a good time to get that first home win. Like most baseball players, particularly this time of year, no panic. Slicing drive left field. Ryan Rua coming in, makes the catch. Right from Sound Transit's new Link Light Rail stations on Capitol Hill or at the UW. The best seats in the house. Plan your trip at soundtransit.org. Now, the Mariners might have been swept over the weekend, but you wouldn't want to trade with the Atlanta Braves, who lost again tonight to go 0-6. Meanwhile, the Baltimore Orioles, they're 6-0.
It is early, but as you said, the Atlanta Braves, that's ouch.
Yeah, and the Twins, they're off to an 0-6 start. That's tough.
Off to a good start is Chris Iannetta, hitting .364 with a home run, a couple of RBIs.
6-0 start for the Orioles. Best start in franchise history. 1-1 to Chris. Fouled off. Game 2 of the series tomorrow, 7:10 start time. Wade Miley against Derek Holland. And we'll wrap it up Wednesday with a matinee, the first of the season here at home. Taijuan Walker against A.J. Griffin, then off to New York City. Strike 3 called. 2 outs. Second strikeout for Lewis.
He surprised Chris a little bit. First 3 pitches away, and then he comes right back and spots a fastball right on the inside corner.
You know, you got to be back there with that catcher next inning,
Here's Ketel Marte. Doing a screen drill with
just let one go by.
Robinson Cano. An early batting practice today. That's that hand drill. Get that hand. Get the
Trying
hands
to
close to
stay
the body.
inside. Yep, trying to stay inside the ball. Hope you get the barrel to it and keep it fair.
0-2. Marte trying to break an 0 for his last 7. Inside. If you're Minnesota 0-6, Atlanta 0-6, you talk about batting down the hatches. You got to really be mentally strong now. That's a bad start.
It's surprising with the Twins. Not a lot expected from the Braves, but the Twins, a lot of people were talking about them causing some problems.
Yeah, they made a late run at the playoffs last year. Paul Molitor did a nice job. 1-2, and that's outside. 2-2. Twins lose to the White Sox today, so they go to 0-7. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks, and he struck out 3 of the last 4 hitters he's faced. Big Moose in town. Good luck getting that one home. Hope it fits in your car. Maybe cue up some platters. About 1959. Iwakuma has struck out 3. They all came in the 2nd inning. So we start the 3rd with Rougned Odor. Breaking ball for strike. Odor, Mazara, and Beltre top the order.
Iwakuma able to get through the 1st inning on 10 pitches. Had to throw 25 in the 2nd.
Foul. Mariners expect him to pull the ball. 3 defenders right side. Here's the 0-2. Struck him out. 4 Ks for Iwakuma. We're in the 3rd. Hey, what do you get when you pair beard with a hat? Well, a beard hat. For the 4th straight year, the Mariners are holding the fan favorite beard hat night Friday, April 29th. The Royals are in town, the world champions. Fashionable facial hair is free to the first 20,000 fans. Go get your tickets, mariners.com. Well, that's the bear hat. That's a very popular promotion we've had over the last few years. You'll know the beard hat when you see it. Kuma finding a little rhythm here. Here's Nomar Mazara. Single to center first time up.
You're right. 5 pitches so far in the inning, all of them strikes. Mazara had a base hit on a slow curveball in the 1st inning, so now Iwakuma a couple fastballs in on his hands.
Finds a hole. Base hit. Gets 2 for 2.
Iwakuma probably surprised. Look how high this fastball is above the zone. He just slaps it through the hole on the left side. Pretty good hands to be able to stay on top of a fastball.
Just the 2nd day in the big leagues for Nomar Mazara. Not a surprise to see a kid named Nomar after Garciaparra 20 years ago, right? We're gonna.
Yeah, you're right. Off to the same type of start. He's 5 for 6 in his big league career.
There's Beltre bounced into a double play his first time. Nomar Garciaparra, part of the Dodger broadcast crew. To Beltre. They did go. Beltre, in his inimitable style, he did the appeal, but his doesn't count. 1-1. Beltre, 2,491 starts at 3rd base, second only to Brooks Robinson. Ball for strike. A 5-year run for Beltre here in Seattle. 54 homers, 198 runs batted in his 410 games. Long run for Seth Smith towards the line. Ball sinking fast. Can't get there. It's a fair ball. Mazara to second. Will get the 3rd. Beltre hung up between 1st and 2nd. Throw not in time. So a 2-base hit for Adrian Beltre, his 4th of the season. One out, 2nd and 3rd.
A long run for Seth Smith. He was all the way in right center field. Almost out to the warning track. Not able to get to it. Ball lands just fair.
Beltre at 2nd. Mazara at 3rd. Brings up Prince Fielder. With 1 out here. A 1-1 game. Fielder struck out on a 1-2 pitch his first time. He had a home run in the series, the opening series down in Texas.
And the infield is back, so they'll give up a run for an out. Take a look at the shift. You can see how far out Cano is.
Fielder hit a 3-run homer last Wednesday. Mariners 9-5 win. Hit it off of Wade Miley. 2-0.
Akuma does not have to give in to him. First base is open. You have Ian Desmond waiting on deck, a right-handed hitter that has been struggling. Into the game hitting 148.
Prince has been tough. Runners in scoring position. 4 for 7 with a homer and 4 RBIs. Slicing drive, left center field. Martin calls off Aoki. Run will score. Beltre digging for third, and he's in there safely. 2-1 lead now for Texas. RBI for Prince Fielder, his 8th.
He gives him a fastball out over the plate, and he goes with it. Able to get it in the air. Ball actually hit Beltre in the forearm.
So runner at third now, run in, 2-1 Texas. And Desmond at the plate. He walked in a 3-1 pitch. Came around and scored on the Andrus RBI single to right in the 2nd inning. Strike 1. On 1 pitch. Up the middle. Cano at the backhand. Steadies. Good throw. Got him into the inning for the Texas Rangers, who pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and leave a man. Rangers have a 2-1 lead. Martin will lead off when we come back. A look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Train. 2 more games with the Rangers here. Off day in New York City on Thursday. And then 3 games with the Yankees. Play the Tribe and Anaheim before we come back. And when the Mariners come back, it'll be a home series 3 against Houston and 3 against Kansas City. Here's Lenny's Martin.
One of the things you and I were talking about in spring training, Dave. Tough schedule for the first month.
Oof.
Yeah.
18 of the first 43 at home and 33 of the first 43 against teams that were 500 or better last year. Lewis, quick workers, got a 2-2 count against Martin, who will be followed by Aoki and Seager. Mariners got their run in the first, a 2-out RBI double by Nelson Cruz. Counts run full to the former Texas Ranger. Foul tip into the glove of the catcher Nicholas. That's 3 consecutive strikeouts and 4 of the last 5 hitters for Colby Lewis. Hey fans, our annual Ultimate Northwest Fan Contest is back, presented by Country Financial. Root Sports will be looking for the ultimate fan in the state of Washington throughout the month of April. Submit a photo and a story on our website at rootsports.com/ultimate-fan, and you can win a VIP trip for 2 to Seattle in September, personalized jersey, and more. For official rules, go to rootsports.com.
Aoki with a base hit his first time up. Solid line drive into center field.
Beltre in on the grass at third. Popped up, foul territory. Odor has no play.
He was eventually thrown out at second base trying to steal. He actually beat the throw, but his foot came off the bag. Andrus was able to keep the tag on him.
Has that been happening more the last 5-10 years? Guys oversliding, missing the bag, not maintaining contact?
I don't think so. I just think that with the replays now, we're seeing it more.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
that's a good point. One pitch. It's going to get out of play. RBIs tonight for the Rangers. Andrus in the second, Fielder in the third, Cruz got the Mariners run in the first. Meanwhile, Colby Lewis has found some good rhythm here, striking out 4 of the last 5 batters that he's faced. He's 1-2 to Aoki. And ring up another strikeout. Goodness gracious.
Changing speeds, throwing his fastball, running it off the outside corner to most of the left-hand hitters. This is an off-speed pitch right here. Slider. He throws a lot of sliders, especially with 2 strikes. Almost 50% of the time he'll throw a slider.
Here's Kyle Seager. Mariner fans might have been frustrated with the number of strikeouts the club had over the weekend. Start today with 46. Rangers have struck out 63 times coming into today's game. The Mariners not really close to the lead.
Rangers have the shift on with Kyle hitting. Kyle walked and scored the 1 run for the Mariners. I think that, again, given some time, let these guys get settled in now that they're through the opening days and the different times of the games, and I think that Mariners number will go down. The Rangers may not.
Yeah. Starting today, Minnesota 72 and Toronto 71. Tops in strikeouts in the American League. 2-0 pitch. Driven deep to right center field. Going to stay in the ballpark, though. Ian Desmond is there for the catch. A 1-2-3 third. Colby Lewis has retired the last 7 men that he's faced. 5 via strikeouts. 2-1 Rangers. Mariners baseball here on Root Sports is brought to you by CHI Franciscan Health, the Mariners' official partners in health. Learn to stay Northwest healthy at nwhealthy.org. By Steel. To find your local Steel dealer, visit steeldealer.com. And by the Washington State Spring Fair. Come celebrate spring April 14th through the 17th. The Washington State Fair in Puyallup. Iwakuma tonight with 4 Ks through the first 3 innings. He only walked 1, giving up 2 runs on 5 hits. Elevation right there. Mariner fans enjoying that as Mitch Moreland fouls off the first pitch. Mitch leading off the 4th. He'll be followed by Elvis Andrus and Ryan Rua. Moreland a strikeout victim on a 2-2 pitch in the 2nd. Keeping the Kuma K's.
Been a little bit unlucky tonight. Think about the base hit by Andrus, a jam shot into right field, drove in a run, and then the double by Beltre, the same thing, right down the right field line. One of those base hits were hit hard, but they produced runs.
Like line drives in the scorecard tomorrow morning, and beats a shift right through it. What else did Tim Bogart tell you about that shift?
Take a look at the swing, and he hits it hard through the shift. As Dave mentioned, 6 hits now for the Rangers. It was a long conversation. I bet I spent about a half an hour, 25 minutes, 30 minutes talking to him about the shifts and the different things. Of course, the Mariners were beat a couple of times over the weekend on it. And he just explained, you know, the percentages that they're going with, the fact that putting the club in position, and he made a good point. He said it's rare that people notice the hitters when they hit into the shift. They always notice it when they beat the shift.
Of course.
Yeah, he said
human nature.
You could have a guy hit into that shift 8 times, and the one time that he goes against it.
Yeah, hey, come on, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's percentages. He said they have their own percentage too, and once a hitter reaches that percentage, that's when they'll put the shifts on them. And I imagine it's somewhere 82, 85%, somewhere in that area.
Makes sense. Elvis Andrus. 2-1, 1-1.
He said that when runners get in scoring position, they probably don't open up one side of the infield to the other quite as much. The other thing that he said about the shift that was interesting to me is he said the ballpark can determine some of it too. He mentioned Fenway Park in Boston, and I thought it was a good point. You have a runner at second. You'll probably see Marte playing up the middle of the field more often because a base hit through the left side of that infield. The left fielder standing right there is tough to score on that. So they're basically going to make you get 2 hits to drive in that 1 run. So it's well thought out. They have a lot of information.
Well, they have charts on top of charts, right? And with the iPads and everything, that it's all at the tip of their fingers. Get a 2-1 count here to Andrus. Moreland did first.
The other thing that he said is we've seen it a lot over the last 3-4 years is it's fairly new and they're still compiling information, so it's not an exact science yet. They continue to study it. And the other thing he said about it too is that they'll make adjustments in game during the series. Jed Lowry had a couple of hits hitting the ball the other way. He said that they eventually adjusted the shift for him and he ended up hitting into it. Wasn't quite as drastic.
He did go, says Jeff Nelson, and no complaint by Elvis Andrus. Another strikeout for Iwakuma, his 5th. 1 down here in the 4th inning.
Well, it looks like he goes to his go-to pitch. This is going to be a split down out of the strike zone. Gets him to chase it. The other thing he told me about the shift is he said the catcher has the ability to change it. The pitcher on the mound has the ability to change it. As long as they have a purpose and a reason why, maybe they're going to change the way they pitch to a batter a certain way, that they give them the ability to switch things up as long as they have a good reason for it. Because you have to make adjustments in this game all the time, Dave. The guy has a couple of hits off of you and you have to make an adjustment as a pitcher. You might have to adjust your defense to it.
Just like in English class, you got to support your argument.
Yep.
Doesn't have to be long to be good, just support it. I think I've heard that one a few times.
Exactly. There's a lot on Chris Ionetta's plate for all of that.
Good point.
Because when they go over, a pitcher has certain strengths. For Iwakuma, obviously, it's locating his fastball, using his split, an occasional curveball or slider from him. And you go through the lineup, how you want to pitch everybody and set your defenses accordingly, and it's up to him to keep track of all of that. And of course, it's also going to be different when the relievers start to come in the ball game.
So that's why you look at catchers' batting averages. With all of that they have to carry, if a guy can hit you 230, 240, that's a luxury. If he hit 10, 15 home runs, because I mean, he's got to be the Bomar brain back there.
That's right. And keep the ball in front of you, which Chris has done an excellent job of. I asked him, I said, okay, so the pitchers can change the defense. How many of them will actually do that? How many have the guts to actually do it? He started laughing.
Dive by Marte, can't get it. Hard hit ball off the bat of Ryan Ruin. The Rangers threaten again, first and second.
His answer to the question was there are a number of veterans that are willing to do it. Felix, of course, Benoit.
Speaking of Benoit, he wasn't available last night, some back issues.
Day to day.
Day to day.
Cruz hit the ball hard a couple of times, 2 hits for him.
On the left, the one to center brings up Brett Nicholas, struck out on a 1-2 pitch to end the second inning. Kuma's given up 2 runs on 7 hits as we play here in the 4th. Popped up, playable. Seager taking charge. Midfield fly rolls in effect. There's 2 down.
Take a look at this swing. Just gets under it a little bit, drops the barrel. It's straight up in the air. Rangers are now 1 for 4 runners in scoring position.
Top of the order in Rougned Odor, 0 for 2, a foul out to Adam Lind at first and a strikeout. Runners at first and second, 2 down. Last time against the Rangers last Tuesday, Iwakuma worked through 5 innings of 6-hit 2-run ball, 3 walks, 5 Ks and a hit batter. Here he is in the 4th, the 1-1 count to Odor. View from right field. First of 3 with the Rangers. Hit hard, trouble, base hit. It's going to score at least 1. Moreland is going to score easily. Rua getting a stop sign from Spike Owen. RBI double for Rougned Odor. 3-1 lead for Texas. 3rd consecutive inning they've scored at least 1 run. For Odor, his 4th RBI and his first double.
It's like a high fastball right at the top of the strike zone. Only 86 miles an hour. So he hits it down into the corner. Rangers now 2 for 5 runners in scoring position. Talked about it with Odor at the start of the game, although he's struggled, hitting just 130 coming into this game. He's hit well against Iwakuma, 417 with a home run.
Since he's become a mainstay with this Ranger ball club, it seems like he's a tormentor to the Mariners, like Eric Ibar used to be with the Angels. So 2 outs, runners at second and third, a run in. And brings up Nomar Mazara, who's had a fine night. 2 well struck singles, 1 to center, 1 to left, and scored a run. Tapper goes foul. Got to see Jeff Bannister before the game. Second-year manager of the Rangers. I said, who is Nomar Mazara? I said, not a big arm, but you're going to love the way he swings the bat. And I can see what he's talking about.
He said it earlier. He gets the barrel to it, and we've seen that.
Not a big throwing arm on right field. He's not your typical right fielder, but the bat is what got him here. Will keep him here. Rangers have banged out 8 hits. Nice stop. Good communication there. Somebody saying no, 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 no. Probably was Beltray, because I've heard that before. He's on deck. Kuma trying to hold him to just 1 run here. Mazara out of Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. Dad, a retired naval officer. Two and 1 the count. 2-2.
Well, after a couple of base hits, he's really starting to mix it up on him. His first base hit on a curveball. It was up and in the middle of the plate. 2 strikes. He hit a fastball the other way.
Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 2 on. 3-1 lead for the Rangers. Staying alive. This will be pitch number 71 coming up for Iwakuma.
We talked about it in Arlington. He had to throw 90 pitches to get through 5 innings.
Got a no decision in that game. Mariners won it 10-2 last Tuesday. Two-two pitch. Bounces it to Cano. Robbie throws him out. Rangers get another run. They do it on 3 hits, no errors, leave 2. Coming up, Cano, Cruz, and Lynn for the Mariners in the home 4th, trailing 3-1. Texas leads 3-1. And time now for a Geico This State in MLB history. Back in 1996, old Dano, Dan Wilson, 3 home runs in a 9-1 win over Detroit. Became the 5th Mariner to slug 3 home runs in a game. Junior also went yard in that contest. Good to have Danny in the organization as the catching guru. Fun talking to him down in spring training. Here's Robbie Cano to lead it off. Cano, Cruz, Lynn, 3, 4, 5.
Mariners able to get a couple of base hits and a run in the first, but since then, Lewis has retired the next 6 batters in a row.
Fights it off. Robbie quickly in an 0-2 hole. Grounded out the first.
And Lewis already has 5 strikeouts in this one.
Pretty impressive. Tiring those last 7 guys, 5 of them by strikeouts. That's impressive. Played just right. Andrews throws him out. 1 away here in the Mariner 4th. Make sure you follow the Mariners. Follow Mariner Baseball live with the MLB.com at-bat app. Stay up to the moment with Game Day, live game video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at-bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone or tablet. Great way to keep up on everything. One out, nobody on here in the 4th. Nelson Cruz, RBI double, accounted for the Mariners' only run. Scored Nori. I checked that he scored Seager, who walked. Moved up on a ground out by Cano and scored on the double.
And the Rangers will put the shift on. With Cruz hitting. Odor, the second baseman, on the left side of the infield.
Popped it up. Andrews takes charge. Two away. Let's take a look at our Delta Airlines keep climbing standings. This is how things started for this day, with the Mariners in last place with the Angels. Right now, the Angels and Oakland, no score in the 5th. And the Astros beat the Royals earlier today. Beat them by the final of 8-2 on 14 hits. Colin McHugh picks up the win. Chris Young the loss. There's Adam Lynn, struck out on a 3-2 pitch. Hit pretty well. Deep left center field. On the track. And there to make the catch is Ian Desmond. Hit it well. Nothing to show for it, but an 8 in your scorecard, a 1-2-3 inning. 7 pitches for Colby Lewis. He's retired the last 10 men that he's faced. 3-1 Texas, and a reminder to join the club as a Mariners season ticket holder with plans starting as low as 20 games. You'll enjoy exclusive events and valuable benefits, including postseason priority. For more info on joining the club, visit mariners.com/16. Here's Adrian Beltre to lead it off. It's at ball one. Good to have you with us here in Root Sports. Dave Sims, Mike Blowers, and the Root Sports crew. Rangers lead it by the count of 3-1 as we play here in the top of the fifth.
And the Rangers have really made Iwakuma work. Throw 71 pitches to get through the first 4 innings. And that's after throwing just 10 in the first.
Yep. Beltre, Fielder, and Desmond 3, 4, and 5 for the Rangers. Nice backhand by Seager. One third baseman throws out another, one down.
And the ball is hit hard down to third. It's probably just one step for Kyle Seager. He's going to make the backhanded play. Almost always makes an accurate throw.
It's Prince Fielder. Big swing and a miss and a looping breaking ball. Prince tonight struck out and delivered a sac fly. He was heading to count 2-0. They had Mazzara at third and scored him in the third inning.
Started him with a slow curveball, 71 miles an hour.
Big swing and a miss.
Right back with a split. I think the low on his curveball so far is 70.
Didn't he do 64 in one last year? Or was it the year before?
I think you're right. No, I think it was the last year. he had one game where he had a number of them that were in the 60s. I think you're right. 64 was the low.
Upstairs, 1 and 2. Fielder had a fine year last season, coming back after neck issues. 305, 23 home runs, and 98 runs batted in. His daddy, Cecil Fielder, Big Daddy. Big home runs for the Tigers and the Yankees. Into the shift. Here's Cano throwing out. Kuma gets the first 2 batters here in the 5th inning. Check out our CenturyLink What's Next. Game 2 of this series. Derek Holland always tough on the Mariners. Veteran left-hander takes on quick-working Wade Miley.
It's unfortunate for Wade. He was cruising right along, and then he made that one mistake to Fielder when he hit the home run off of him.
Boy, he went out. His upper tank down in Texas. 3-run shot. Here's Ian Desmond. And he looks at a strike. He's walked and scored. And Cano made a heck of a play on him. The ball hit up the middle. Robbie's playing pretty much in the same spot again.
Well positioned.
Outfield not too deep. Couple of steps towards the left is Martin, center fielder. Goes to his right. He's got to get on his horse. An easy play for him. Tacoma has a nice clean 1, 2, 3, 5th inning. Getting some runs as we go to the bottom of the 5th. 3-1 Rangers. after the game. For Mariners postgame, it's presented by Delta Airlines. But now the Mariners looking to get some offense cranking here, as Colby Lewis has retired the last 10 men that he's faced. And in that group of 10, he struck out 5 Mariners. Seth Smith, Chris Iannetta, Ketel Marte here in the 5th inning. Popped up. It's going to get out of play. Seth Smith fly to left, first time up. Mariners started the ball game 13th in hitting at a .220 batting average, but second to Houston in home runs with 11. The other number that jumps out at you, Mike, the 182 runners in scoring position, compounded by that 0 for 16 over the weekend.
No, you're right. And I think the main thing is, well, they're 1 for 2 tonight, but the main thing is just trying to create more opportunities. Talked a lot about this club and getting these guys in the lineup that are on base type of guys. We haven't seen a lot of that the last 3 or 4 days, but it's early.
0-2, Seth. Mariner run coming in the first inning. Aoki singled, was thrown out trying to steal. Seager walked, moved to second on a ground out by Cano, scored on a double by Cruz. That was to left field. That's it. 2 hits. Center field, Desmond took a step in, but then made the quick read. Makes the catch. That's 11 consecutive hitters retired as we check in with Angie Mentink.
Guys, thanks so much here at the Ford Sports Desk. And it's the same old story, or what a story, or pick your headline. But there have been many about this new kid, Trevor Story. All he did was hit 7 home runs in his first week in the big leagues. 6 games, 9 for 27, a .333 average. And Tyler White, a first baseman, also just a puppy, 10 for 18, couple doubles, 3 home runs. So 2 rookies are the player of the week. And here's a little funny side note. My husband actually has Trevor Story on his fantasy baseball team, guys. He didn't start him last week, and it's one of those leagues that you can't make changes until the following week. So, you know, of course, he'll put Trevor Story in this week, and he won't hit another home run for a month.
And so it goes. Pop up the Odor. 0-1 pitch by Iannetta, quick 2 outs, and Colby Lewis is rolling. That's a dozen retired. 12 consecutive hitters set down.
68 pitches, 41 strikes. He's faced 16 batters, only 7 first pitch strikes. Again, working both sides of the plate, changing speeds.
There's Marte, struck out first time. So no. Big rip, came up empty, 2-1. Down the line, but that's going to get foul.
A good example. You can see the 3rd pitch right on the inside corner, goes right back to the outside corner again. Both of them fastballs.
2-2 pitch. Struck him out. 13 consecutive hitters retired. Colby Lewis with a half a dozen strikeouts, dominating here, 3-1 Texas. Seattle Mariners baseball here on Root Sports, being brought to you by Money Tree, proud to make a donation to Mariners Care for every Mariners win. By Jack in the Box, taste the Baconlicious Sourdough Bacon Ranch Combo, only at Jack in the Box. And by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. Been all Texas so far here tonight. Colby Lewis throwing a beauty. He's retired the last 13 men he's faced, struck out 6. All in that stretch. He's got a 3-1 lead over Sashi Iwakuma. Iwakuma is coming off of clean 1-2-3 fifth. See if he can get on a roll. Mitch Moreland to lead off. Colby Lewis giving up a run on 2 hits. Moreland tonight has struck out, single to right, and scored. Beat the shift last time up. 0-2.
Mike Montgomery getting loose in the pen. Iwakuma now at 84 pitches. This will probably be his last inning. His first outing, he threw 90 pitches to get through 5 against these Rangers.
Back up here, make a play. Somebody right below us in the press corps.
I know it wasn't going to be me or you.
Wheels are working your side, and I got wheels on mine. Well oiled. Whichever way you got to move, just move.
That's it.
No heroes tonight. Not especially as
Too
temperature
cold.
dropped. Thank you. One and 2. Moreland, Elvis Andrus, and Ryan Rua here in the 6th. Game 2 of this series tomorrow night. Wade Miley, Derek Holland, then Taiwan and A.J. Griffin on Wednesday at 12:40 start time.
Pretty good pitch.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Way outside, full count. Brewers walked 1 tonight. Walked Desmond. A 3-1 pitch in the 2nd. He struck out 5 tonight, giving up 3 runs on 8 hits, and on deck is Elvis Andrus.
Andrus 1 for 2 with an RBI.
Last inning was the only inning that Kuma didn't allow a base runner. Strikeout right here gives Kuma half a dozen. There's 1 away as he's retired now the last 5 men that he's faced.
And he'll get it on the split. You see it a lot. He'll typically throw the split. He wants it to start in the middle of the plate and then have the bottom fall out of it, and that's exactly what happens.
1 out, nobody on. Elvis Andrus 1 for 2 with an RBI. Breaking ball misses. Montgomery appears to be ready. He's made a quick transition so far. A lot of early success. He's been so aggressive, just coming up throwing strikes.
We're wondering how he would react coming out of the bullpen since he hasn't done it. I think his velocity is up a little bit. You're right, being aggressive, knowing he has to get through an inning or 2.
And he went back-to-back once in spring training. I think he's done what, one back-to-back here since the season started. Here's the 2-1. Hit well down the left field line. Could be trouble, but it's going to get foul.
He tomahawked a high fastball right on the inside corner.
Elvis with 7 home runs last year, .258 batting average. Iwakuma. He's got him 2-2, 1 out, nobody on.
Boy.
Jeff Nelson, home plate umpire tonight. 3-2.
Pretty good slider right in the middle of the plate and at the knees.
He did that time. He said he went. Second time, Anderson struck out. Kuma's got 7 Ks. And there's 2 away here in the 6th inning.
Looks like a split just below the strike zone. Andrews didn't like the call, but probably should have been called out on the pitch before that.
No question. Yeah, it looked like that bat got through the zone.
Well, the barrel was past home plate.
2 outs is Ryan Rua. Had a good night. Single to left, single to center. Iwakuma now has retired the last 6 men that he's faced. Robbie right there, 1 hop. 1, 2, 3 innings, 7 in a row. Retired by Iwakuma. He's holding the fort, if you will. Mariners offense. Presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. A good look at our city, Seattle, Washington. That's a beauty. 3-1 Texas, though. The Mariners, the run on 2 hits. That all came in the 1st inning. Since then, Colby Lewis has set down the last 13 men that he's faced, and in that run there, he struck out 6 batters. Martin trying to bunt his way on. Not a bad idea. Strike 1. Martin, Aoki, and Seager 9, 1, and 2. Popped up. Beltre taking a look. Trying to sell it. There's Mel Stottlemyre Jr. imparting some info to Sashi Iwakuma. I was laughing because Beltre having some fun after catching a deflected pop foul. Tried to sell it to Corey Blazer. Had a laugh with him.
I think looking at those two having a conversation, I think Iwakuma is done for the night.
Yep.
He's at 97 pitches.
He finished strong, retiring the last 7 men that he faced, striking out 7.
He did, and again, the first couple of runs, probably unlucky. A jam shot down the right field line by Andrews, and then the same thing from Beltre when he hit his double. Jam shot down the right field line.
Look out. Look out. Woof. 1 and 2. Martin, Aoki, and Seager here in the 6th. Mike Montgomery be the next Mariner pitcher.
Listening to you read those numbers, Dave, but Mariners have to get somebody on base because out of the windup, Lewis is really comfortable.
Now he's got a good pace going.
Yeah, get him pitching out of the stretch.
There's a 1-2. Off the fist. Lewis didn't get over there. Nobody home. Base hit. Lewis never moved. Odor saw that, tried to get there, but it was too late. Good base hit.
We saw this happen in Texas, and I think if Moreland would let Odor field the ball, and I think that's what Colby Lewis thought was going to happen. He's standing right there. It would have been an easy play. So Moreland decided to go get it. And I think Lewis thought it was going towards the second baseman as well, and that's the reason why he didn't leave the mound.
Fine line.
Infield base hit for Martin.
So finally a base runner, the first base runner for the Mariners since Cruz is double back in the first. Here's Aoki, the tying run at the plate. Martin plus speed at first.
Maybe the other reason why Lewis didn't leave the mound is he knew he wasn't going to beat Martin to the bag.
You know it.
Yeah.
That's a good call. That's why when we watch pitchers fielding practice, they have anything hit that side, just take off. Don't assume anything.
Don't
right?
assume. Right. Exactly.
To Aoki. Towards a strike. Aoki 1 for 2. Base hit to center. And a strikeout. Two and 1. One pitch. Slow roller. Odor gets the lead runner, and that's it. Nice play. Fielder's choice. Aoki's aboard. Bring up Kyle Seager.
I think Odor was hoping to get to this ground ball and be able to tag Martin. Once that didn't happen, he decided just to get the lead runner. Kyle with a walk and a deep fly out to center field.
Did pretty well, but ballpark held it. Seager is 10 for 30 against Colby Lewis. One out of Aoki at first.
Talking to Edgar Martinez today about Kyle and just asking him if there was something mechanical going on, and not a lot of at bats yet. And Edgar said no. He said it was more a little bit too passive. Want him to be more aggressive, especially on fastballs earlier in count. Kyle is an aggressive hitter, so that makes sense. He said he started to make the adjustment in yesterday's game. Thought he would be just fine.
Line of guys Mariners hope to get going. Seager started tonight at 174. Adam Lind started 067. We got 2-2 count now.
He's able to get the curveball over at 73.
2-2 pitch. Solid smash. Center field. Base hit. Aoki will hold it second. As Ian Desmond has a dart back to Odor. So the Mariners building something here with 2 on 1 out in the 6th. And rather than give the gift of summer at Safeco Field to one friend, give it to over 20 when you book a group outing to catch Mariners baseball. Together, you're going to enjoy discounted tickets and the opportunity to purchase private hospitality and picnic packages. Log on to mariners.com/groups for details. And bouncing out of the third base dugout, pitching coach Doug Brocail.
As you mentioned, Lewis has been cruising along. Faulkner getting loose in the pen, trying to buy him some time. He just started to throw. Good swing by Kyle Seager. That's an encouraging thing to see. We were talking about it. He was aggressive on the fastball and hit it hard back up the middle. This is the first time since the first inning that Colby Lewis has been in some trouble. Talking to the new first base coach, Casey Candell.
Got Pullman aboard for Robinson Cano. And the buzz in the crowd picking up. Robbie 0 for 2. 0 for his last 8. He has 8 career hits, including a home run against Colby Lewis. Robbie starting the day tied with Josh Donaldson of Toronto for the home run lead with 4 in the American League. Popped it up. 2 outs.
That'll bring up Nelson Cruz. He's driven in the 1 run for the Mariners. Hit a double in the first inning to drive in Seager.
Had a hit in the count, 2-1. Double to left. Second time up, popped out to short. Tying runs are aboard. Nelly represents the go-ahead run for the Mariners here in the 6th. Martin, an infield hit. Eliminated on a fielder's choice. Aoki takes first. Base hit Seager. First and second. Cano pops out the short center field. Now Cruz.
Not many opportunities so far. The Mariners just 1 for 3 runners in scoring position.
Rangers got a run in the 2nd, a run in the 3rd, and did it again in the 4th. Mariners run coming in the 1st inning. Ball 1 to Nelson.
Rangers have the shift on with Nelson hitting. So Odor, the second baseman, on the left side of the infield. It's rare to see that with a right-handed hitter, but in today's game, it's starting to happen more and more.
They do it for Nelly. They do it for Iannetta. 1-0 pitch. Popped it up. Slicing fly ball right field. Inning done. 2 stranded. We've played 6. Rangers lead at 3-1.
Welcome back. We're headed to the 7th here at Safeco Field. Kuma is done for the evening. He gets handshakes right now. Rangers lead it 3-1. Hi, everyone. Angie Mentink here with you, and we're wondering where you are taking in tonight's game. Hopefully, you will send us a photo using hashtag #WhereIRoot on social media. It is presented by Alaska Airlines, like Chris did here with Papa Boyd taking on the Rangers tonight. Go Mariners. Thank you for that one. And then Zach is in his baseball chair rooting on the Mariners from Ellensburg. And finally, Kyle spending his first anniversary rooting on the Mariners right here at Safeco Field. You got a keeper there, Kyle. Back upstairs now to David Mike. Guys.
All right, Angie, thank you. Mike Montgomery making an appearance here tonight. He's got 9-1-2 coming up.
Mike has pitched well out of the bullpen. Good fastball, 93, 94 miles an hour. Use a curveball. Mix in a cutter from time to time.
Had some fine moments last year as a starter. And that is a foul ball right off the bat. Brett Nicholas making his major league debut tonight. He's 0 for 2, 7-year minor leaguer. Robinson Chirinos out for some time with a broken wrist. Shin-Soo Choo, he's out with a calf issue. Good spring for Montgomery, 1-0 with a 1.69 ERA in 9 games. Started 1, 2 earned runs in 10 2/3. Montgomery 4-6 last year for the Mariners. 4.60 ERA, 16 games. Starts, and this one ripped into the gap. Going to get all the way to the wall. And Nicholas with his first big league hit. I don't want that baseball. Got it on a 2-1 pitch.
Ended up getting a fastball at 94 right down the middle, and he hit it hard. We'll take a look at it. Fastball stays behind it.
We'll always remember the family digging it. Congratulations. 9th hit for Texas. Top of the order, Rougned Odor did some damage last time up in the 4th, and RBI double to right.
Seager in at 3rd, expecting the bunt.
And it goes foul.
Take a look at it. Pretty good fastball.
See what Jeff Bannister wants to do here. 0-1 pitch, bunt shown, and trying to slap it by Seager.
He almost hit Spike Owen, the third base coach.
Mentioned his name for the 2nd time tonight, but the last guy we saw do that was Eric Ibar. Now 0-2 to Odor. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Left field, backing up Seth Smith. Nicholas will tag and advance to 3rd. So he got the runner to 3rd with 1 out. Brings up Omar Mazara, has had a good night. Singled his first 2 times up and grounded out the 3rd time.
Getting later in the game, the Mariners down a couple of runs. They'll bring their infield in.
Mazara hit the ball hard those first 2 times up. Strike 1. inside.
Montgomery's already hit 95 probably 3 or 4 times.
Got a piece of it. Ball and 2 strikes.
Well located cutter on the outside corner.
Adrian Beltre on deck. Three runs, 9 hits, no errors for Texas. A run on 4 hits, no errors for the Mariners. Big pitch, breaking ball, strike 3 call, got him. 2 down here in the 7th. Big pitch by Monty.
First 3 pitches fastball. Again, he's 94, 95, and he comes back with a nice looking curveball on the outside corner. Lazar didn't like it, but it was a strike. Good pitch. And they're going to put Beltre on. Fielder on deck, left-handed hitter. And Adrian's been swinging the bat pretty well lately.
Yes, sir. Exactly right. Intentional pass to Beltre, who was 1 for 3 tonight.
Mel Stottlemyre making a call out to the bullpen. Haven't seen anybody get up yet.
The runners at the corners now. 2 outs. Prince Fielder. Strike out, a sac fly, and a ground out. 0 for 2. Fielder, a 143 hitter thus far against lefty pitching. 1 for 7. Ball 1. Cano in short right field for Fielder. 1-0. Way outside with the fastball. 2-0. Texas lead. Montgomery trying to keep it there. Now he is way behind at 3-0. And Desmond awaits. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. 3-0 here to Fielder. And he's swinging away just out of the reach of Seager. 4-1 Rangers. Prince Fielder's second RBI tonight, his 9th of the season. 3-0 count, and he was wailing away.
And well, no surprise really. Ian Desmond, who was waiting on deck, has struggled so far this year, so they'll let Fielder swing away, and he's a solid line drive. Turns around a pretty good fastball. Rangers now 3 for 9 runners in scoring position tonight. Again, they came into the game hitting just .210.
There's Desmond. Ball 1. Six men to the plate here in the 7th inning. Bouncing ball goes to Marte. He'll go short way to Cano to get the force, but the Rangers add a run on 2 hits. No errors, leave a couple. It's 4-1 Rangers.
Welcome back to Safeco Field. It's not a stretch to think you could win Washington's lottery. Play today. Download the app and play today. Hi, everybody. Angie Mentink here. A reminder, today is Monday, but tomorrow is Tuesday, and we hope you will play along with us for Twitter Tuesday. You could win prizes just by playing with us, so make sure you follow us on Twitter at @rootsports_NW. All right, guys, so back upstairs to you.
Hopes for some runs here tonight, huh? Wow, it's been a difficult story trying to score runs for the Mariners. As Luis Sardinha's going to try to get things going here. He's going to pinch hit for Adam Lind against new pitcher Andrew Faulkner. Mariners just a run on 4 hits, while the Rangers have 4 runs on 10 hits. Adam Lind, his evening is done 0 for 2.
Good news for the Mariners. Colby Lewis is out of the game because he was tough on the Mariners tonight.
Tell you what, that's the best we've seen Colby Lewis in a while.
Andrew Faulkner, just 11 appearances last year, but he pitched well. 2.79 ERA, 10 strikeouts, 3 walks. Bums hit .216. He did give up 2 home runs.
Sardinha's gobbled up by Beltre. We've seen that before. 1 down. Well, he smothered that. You as a third baseman can appreciate that play.
Sometimes you don't have any choice.
Good call. You're offering up your body to the baseball gods.
You're playing in on the grass, and the guy hits a 2-hopper right at you.
That's why you do all that weightlifting, to build up those chest muscles.
Sometimes you take it off the chest. For Colby Lewis, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He had 1 walk, 6 strikeouts through 90 pitches, 55 of those for strikes.
Going to have another pinch hitter. Is going to be Goody. Michael Gutierrez.
So Lee and Clevenger left on the bench.
If Goody can make something happen here. Inside. Goody, a 125 hitter, just 1 for 8 since he had the flu about midway through spring training. It's been a struggle at the plate after he got up to a wonderful start in spring training. Showed a lot of power too. There you go. Goody's back. Base hit. One out, 1 on here in the 7th. Mariners down 4-1 in the first bobblehead giveaway. It's coming up, and it's bound to be a home run. That's because it's Nelson Cruz bobblehead night, Saturday, April 30th. This collectible features the slugger and his boomstick. But opposing pitchers fear. Free to the first 20,000 fans, courtesy of Root Sports. Tickets at Mariners.com.
And that'll bring up Chris Iannetta. Chris 0 for 2 tonight.
Come on, Chris.
Strikeout looking. Popped out to the second baseman.
That hit by Gutierrez, the 5th of the night. Mariners hit 2 in the first and then were shut out in the hit department until they got 2 in the 6th. 2-0 to Iannetta. Pitch. As you remember, last week in the opening series, Mariners beat up on the Texas bullpen, allowing 17 hits and 14 runs in 6 innings in the final 2 games against the Mariners. They've turned it around, entering tonight 11 in the 3rd innings, last 4 contests. Just 1 run took the ERA from almost 16 to just under 7. That gets away from the catcher, Nicholas, and moving to second is Franklin Gutierrez.
That was Sam Dyson getting loose in the Rangers bullpen.
A wild pitch. Two and 2 here to Iannetta.
Plate umpire Jeff Nelson saying the count is 3-1.
Indeed, that's what it was. A couple of runners on here for the Mariners with 1 out.
You mentioned the Mariners getting to the bullpen in Arlington, 17 for 40. That's a .425 batting average, and they hit 4 home runs off the pen.
Jeff Bannister coming out.
And he's going to get Sam Dyson.
We shall take a step aside here with the Mariners threatening in the home 7th. Couple of men aboard, a 4-1 Texas lead. Columbia Bank difference of the ball game. Colby Lewis was outstanding in his 6 innings of work, Mike.
Yeah, 87, 88 mile-an-hour fastball. Pretty good slider tonight, occasional curveball, but the main thing is he located as you take a look at these highlights. Everything on the corner. Did a nice job changing speeds. Another fastball in the outside corner. Had a little run to it tonight. The slider down and in.
We talk about runs. 13 consecutive hitters retired from the last out of the 1st inning to the final out of the 5th inning. Just outstanding.
Mariners were able to get to him in Arlington, but not tonight. Sam Dyson's going to take over. He has 3 appearances on the year, a 2.45 ERA. In 3 2/3, a couple of strikeouts, 2 walks. Opponent's hitting .250. He's yet to give up a home run this year.
Mariners saw Dyson last Wednesday, an inning and a third of work with 1 walk. So the Mariners threatening here in the 7th. They get Goody at second and Iannetta at first. Here's Ketel Marte. He struck out twice tonight.
Not a lot of opportunities for the Mariners tonight to hit with runners in scoring position. 1 for 4 so far, and 1 hit from Nelson Cruz.
The boys are due for a big moment. Why not now? What a 1 on the count.
Pretty easy looking 97.
Isn't it? Playoffs against Toronto last year. It's the guy that got bat flipped by Jose Bautista. That is a foul ball. Dyson worked a scoreless 8th inning Saturday, and Anaheim took the loss last Thursday. Marte behind 1-2. Staying alive.
Pretty good gap for Marte out in right center field. See Desmond, the center fielder, shading towards left.
Dyson born and still lives in Tampa, Florida. Mariners trying to get to him here. Ball at 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. 2 outs.
3 strikeouts for Marte. Unusual. Well, after a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, he comes back with this last pitch. Looks like a changeup. Out front, 88 miles an hour. Gonna bring up Martin. Martin 1 for 2 tonight.
Struck out on a 3-2 pitch. Got an infield hit in the 6th. 2 outs, 2 on. Mariners down 4-1. That gobbled up Andrews, and everybody's safe. The bases are loaded. That'll be a base hit.
Oh, he hit it hard, didn't he?
It certainly did. Nice setup here for Mr. Aoki. Thing was blistered.
Being aggressive on the fastball early in the count. Take a look at it. Kind of an in-between hop out to Andrews. Tried to give a little bit of ground, but not able to handle it.
Bottom of the order, setting the table now to the top, and Nori Aoki 1 for 3 tonight. Martin, his 2nd base hit this evening. Nori can find a little gap here. Let the boys run. Goody at 3rd, Iannetta at 2nd, Martin at 1st. 2 down here in the 7th. Kuma fans hanging in there with their bear hats on this chilly evening. Hit hard and right to Moreland. He'll go to the bag, and the Mariners strand 3. They threaten and don't score in the 7th. 8th inning coming up, 4-1 Texas. Innings trail 4-1 to the Texas Rangers. Time now for the Big Fish Casino big catch. And here we go. Here's Aoki. Boy, hit it hard, but right at the first baseman.
Now you can see he barreled it up. Moreland had to go to his knees to make the play. That's how hard it was hit. And unfortunately for the Mariners, able to make the play and get out of the inning.
Tough break. Mariners' last 2 innings, 4 hits, and they've left 5 on. Goody takes over in right for Seth Smith. And at first, Luis Sardinas takes over for Adam Lind. Mike Montgomery will continue on here. He'll face 6, 7, and 8. As it always happens in baseball, guy makes a nice defensive play to end the inning and leads off. Moreland 2 for 3 with a run score. He struck out twice. Rangers with single runs in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 7th.
And the Mariners have the shift on, so hopefully he'll hit into it.
Martin, long run, but he's got it. 1 out. Game 2 of this series coming your way tomorrow. And our CenturyLink What's Next? Derek Holland takes on Wade Miley. A couple of left-handers going. Here's Elvis Andrus, who struck out his last 2 times up, singled, and drove in a run, the first run of the ball game. Coming in the 2nd inning for the Rangers, tied to score at 1. Two and 1. Angels lead at Oakland 3-0, bottom of the 7th inning. Two. Other American League scores. Minnesota remains winless. White Sox beat them 4-1. Baltimore still unbeaten. Beat Boston 9-7. 2-2 pitch. Solid smash, base hit. Elvis Andrus 2 hits tonight. 1 out, 1 on here in the 8th for Texas. Make your voice heard. Nominate your favorite plays of the week by tweeting us using the hashtag RootFanFave. You can watch the Mariners pregame show every Sunday. Find out the top 5 fan favorite plays of the week. Plus, each month, one lucky fan's going to win a Coors Light Refrigerator just for participating. Official rules, visit rootsports.com.
Ryan Rua stands in, having a good night. He's 2 for 3. Couple of singles, also grounded out to second base.
Houston beat Kansas City earlier tonight, 8-2 behind Colin McHugh. Kendrys Morales, the home run in that game. He could use a double play ball, and the first pitch. Ball 1.
Jake Diekman, hard throwing left-hander. So he's ready to go.
That hit by Andrus was the 11th hit for Texas. They have 4 runs on 11 hits, no errors. They've left 7 men on. The Mariners have a run on 6 hits, no errors, and they've stranded 6. 2-hit night for Elvis. That's through the whole base hit on a 2-0 pitch.
And a 3-hit night for Rua.
They'll bring up the catcher batting in the 9-hole tonight. Brett Nicholas picked up his first big league hit in the 7th, a double to right center.
Base hit was off of Mike Montgomery, and Mel Stottlemyre out of the dugout going to have a conversation. Turned around a pretty good fastball. And that trip took about 18 seconds.
Mel's been good at that.
Yeah.
He set a nice standard for himself in the rest of the league.
He gets right to the point, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Tony Zick going to get loose.
12 hits now for Texas.
Tony Zick getting ready for Beltre. You have Odor on deck.
Bottom third of this Texas order has been productive. 2, 5, 6 hits.
Rangers 3 for 10 tonight. Runners in scoring position. And they came into the game hitting just .210 runners in scoring position. A better night for him tonight.
Another base hit up the middle. Charging is Martin. Got a plus arm. They put up the stop sign. Look at that arm. Wow.
Rangers are aware of it.
Yes, indeed. Spike Owen was like, no, no, no. And Elvis, I think, halfway around the bag realized it was his old buddy. He said, wait, I'm not running on him.
Yeah. Charges the ball hard. He really gets to it quickly, and then a strong arm.
Whew.
Perfect one hop right there.
So Brett Nicholas having a night. 2 hits, 2 for 4 in his big league debut. Ryan Rua 3 for 4. Andrus 2 for 4. Bottom of the order doing damage. Here's Odor. He's got an RBI back in the 4th, a double. He's 1 for 4. 13 hits. Big swing and miss. 3 consecutive hits here in the 8th. 5 hits total off of Mike Montgomery. Andrus at 3rd, Rua at 2nd, Nicholas, he's at 1st. 1 out. Big need of a double play. 0-2. Montgomery ahead 0-2. Blocked by Iannetta. Andrus back to 3rd.
That was not an easy block either. Breaking ball just spiked it out in front of the plate. Take a look at Chris. See how far out in front of the plate that hit. Hit him high on the chest protector.
Two. Breaking ball. Cano off his glove. Andrus scores. Right behind him is Rua. And they've blown it open here in the 8th.
Take a look at it. It's a hanging breaking ball up in the middle of the plate. Ball came up on Cano a little bit, hit right off the thumb of his glove. They're going to give him a base hit on it.
Yes, indeed. 2 ribbies for Odor. Gives him 3 on the night. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive hits.
And everybody in the bottom of the lineup has scored a run tonight.
Oh, they're dealing. There's Nomar Mazara's hit the ball hard. First 2 times up since then for singles. Then a ground out and a strikeout looking.
Texas is now 5 for 12 runners in scoring position. They've had a lot of opportunities tonight.
Yes, sir. First multiple run inning they've had here. 2 on the board with runners at the corners, 1 out. They banged out 14 hits, and Montgomery's struggling mightily.
His next pitch will be 40.
Brett Nicholas, he's at 3rd. Odor at 1st. 1 out, 2 runs in. Hit hard. And Aoki, Nicholas will come in. He'll score 7-1. Texas Rangers Mazzara with his second RBI since being called up. Yesterday was his big league debut.
And in back-to-back innings, Nicholas will score a run.
2 outs.
Show a little loyalty, Beltray.
Big inning for the Texas Rangers. Beltray, 7th man to the plate here in the 8th. 3 runs up on the board in this inning. Nice block by Iannetta again. Rough outing for Money. Beltray's got a double in the 3rd. He's 1 for 3 with a walk. Bounce to Seager. Takes time and throw out Beltray. Rangers score 3 times on 4 hits. No errors, leave a couple. They've blown it open at 7-1. Rangers with Keona Keela, Seattle product, coming on.
Right now, the Mariners on the short end of a lopsided score here at Safeco Field, 7-1. Hi, everyone. Angie Mentink with you at the Forward Sports Desk. You know, we're just because the score is lopsided doesn't mean that we stop rooting. Like Curtis here, throwing the remains of my ribeye in my mouth between half innings. All right, thanks, Curtis, for sending that one in. And Randy and company, after a nice win by the Rainiers, now they are watching the boys up north. Hashtag Mariners, hashtag Rainiers. And by the way, the Rainiers win tonight against the El Paso Chihuahuas, 6-3, guys.
All right, Angie, thank you. Don't eat too much beef, Curtis. Keona Keela pitching to Kyle Seager. Seager, Cano, and Cruz, 2, 3, 4. Long way to go here for the Mariners, down 7-1. Texas is banged out 14 hits. Mariners have a run on 6 hits.
Kyle 1 for 2 tonight. Walked and scored a run. Had a base hit his last time up. Solid line drive into center field. Keller, let's see, no record. 3.38 ERA. Just 2 2/3, but 5 strikeouts.
That did hit him. Fastball at 95. Boy, 7-1 lead. Cold night. 8th inning, and he hits a leadoff.
Well, I can tell you this, for Kyle, in an 0-2 count, he'll take this one. Unfortunately, he hit his guard. You can see that guard on his elbow.
Keel out of Chief South International High School. Originally picked by the Mariners in 2011 in the 29th round.
Robinson Cano 0 for 3 tonight.
Robbie has not hit the ball hard this evening. A ground out to first, ground out to short, a fly out to center. Odor throws out Cano. Moving to second is Seager. And there's one away here in the Mariners' 8th. We want you to join the conversation for up-to-date game information and live interaction. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Check us out. Stay connected with Root Sports. Take this opportunity to thank the folks at KCTS, PBS station here in Seattle. A nice lunch and get together talking about the new Ken Burns, Jackie Robinson film, a two-parter. Thank Rob Dunlop, the president, April Collier, the senior VP, Carlos Espinosa, senior VP, and Enrique Cerna. He and I had a conversation about the film and about Mariner baseball. Here's Nelson Cruz. Ellie tonight, RBI double. Drove in the Mariners' only run. Came back in the first. Drove in Kyle Seager. Fly ball hit well. Center field. Running out of room out there. That ball's gone. The boomstick coming through with a two-run homer. Boomstick, baby, his second home run. Driven in all 3 runs tonight, and then he just hammered that sucker out of here. Straightaway center, low-flying object. It is gone. Nice catch, too.
It is a cool evening, and if you're going to hit it out to center field where he did, you better square it up. And that's exactly what Nelson Cruz does. A little slicing line drive. Nice catch by the fan out in center field.
That was a man's home run. And a nice catch. It'll be on every highlight in America tonight. 402 feet. That phone's blown up. Everybody in the country's seeing you. 7th hit for the Mariners. Cruz responsible for all 3 runs. 0-1 to Sardinus. He came on as a pinch hitter for Lind in the 7th.
He was able to get to the spot in a hurry, too. Out of the chair. Didn't take long for that home run to get to him.
Keeping score at the time. Nice work. 1-2. Seven-3 ball game as Sardinus looks at ball 2, 2-2. Cruz hit 6 home runs against Texas pitching last year. Sardinus way late. He's gone 2 down. Giving it a go is Desmond. Good reach by that fan. Keep score. I caught it. Does a little victory lap.
Oh,
Shoots the arrow into the sky. Does a little everything. That's pretty good routine. He had that baby choreographed.
Pretty good backhanded catch, too.
It was. Good work. There's Goody, pinch hit for Seth Smith in the 7th. Delivered a base hit to left.
Good to see a solid line drive into left field.
2-0. Kill is 94, misses. I got Jeff Nelson. 2-1.
Kella's throwing 95, 96 miles an hour, and that's a direct shot.
Call your equipment manufacturer and say thank you very much. He's got the good old iron mask too, not the lightweight steel that a lot of guys go to. 2 balls, 1 strike to Goody. 2 outs. Couple runs in on Nelson Cruz. 2-run homer. It's been a Texas night. Mariners trying to get some late offense here as Tony Zick is going to come in and pitch in the 9th. 2-2 pitch.
Jake Diekman getting loose in the Ranger pen, or throwing left-hander.
Two balls, 2 strikes. And holding on.
Nope.
Nope, he did not. Got a piece. Nicholas couldn't hold on. Here we go, 2-2. Struck him out. 95 miles an hour. 2-run homer by Cruz. Draws the Mariners a little bit closer. Time running short. They're down 4 as we head to the 9th. Well, we were raving about Leonys Martin's throw earlier that kept a runner at bay for a little bit. How about this from the My How Time Flies department? Remember this 15 years ago? Ichiro with this just sick throw to get Terrence Long at third. That was amazing. 2001. Doesn't get any better than that.
It's one thing to air it out and throw it on a line, but this is a strike, just a perfect throw. David Bell at third base. A lot about Martine's arm. He had a pretty impressive throw to home plate in this game. Tony Zick's going to take over for the Mariners. A couple of appearances for him, a 2.25 ERA in 4 innings. He has 6 strikeouts, 1 walk. Opponents hitting .214. Good fastball, 95 to 97. Hard slider.
Tough go for Mike Montgomery out of the pen tonight. 2 innings of 6 hit, 4-run ball, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Tony Zek will get Prince Fielder in Desmond, Mitch Moreland. 4, 5, and 6 here in the 9th, with Texas leading by the count of 7-3. Fielder with the sacrifice fly in the 3rd, and got a 3-0 count in the 7th, and smacked one to left center field to drive in a run. 2 for 4.
Mariners have the shift on again with Fielder.
Strike 1 from Tony Zek.
Tony's first couple of outings so far this year, it seems that he's had better command of his breaking ball than his fastball. His fastball's been moving all over the place, even though he throws 95 to 97. Tough night for Mike Montgomery tonight.
Sure was.
A good breaking ball.
Oh, 2 strikes. Hopefully Tony can have a clean inning here when the Mariners come up in the home 9th. Bottom 3rd of the order, Iannetta, Marte, and Martine. There's the 1-1.
Prince wanted to use the bat. It caved in the cup on the end of his bat. Some more lumber.
Rangers with a run in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and the 7th, and then come up with a 3 spot in the 8th inning. Mariners 1 run in the 1st. Cruz RBI double, then his 2-run homer in the 8th. That's it. Swing and a miss. Tony Zek strikes out. Prince Fielder.
Another good fastball off the outside corner, able to get him to chase it.
One out here in the Rangers 9th. Ian Desmond, the hitter, walked. Since then, he's 0 for 3. Did score a run back in the 2nd inning after the walk. Strike 1. Zick and Iannetta getting together.
Feeling Chris wants him to throw his fastball a little bit more. See if he can get a better feel for it.
For 1 pitch.
Pretty good fastball, didn't get the call, right at the bottom of the strike zone. 96 miles an hour.
1-1 to Desmond. That pitch is working tonight. 1-2. Thought he had it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. night for the Mariners. 7-3 Rangers. Popped up. Out of play. Game 2 of this 3-game set tomorrow night. A couple of left-handers. Derek Holland for the Rangers. Wade Miley for the Mariners. And they'll wrap it up. A couple of right-handers on Wednesday. 12:40 start. Taijuan Walker against A.J. Griffin. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him. And let's check in with Angie Mentek at the Ford Sports Desk.
Guys, thanks so much. I just wanted to remind everyone to join us tomorrow for Twitter Tuesday. We're going to be giving away 5 prizes throughout the game. And all you have to do is follow us on Twitter at @RootSports_NW. Again, 5 chances to win exciting prizes just by interacting with us. We're going to be posting questions throughout the game, and we want to hear from you. So be sure to watch and follow us on Twitter. Winners will be chosen at random from the correct answers. For all the giveaway rules, you can go to rootsports.com, or of course they can follow us individually, right, Dave?
That's exactly right. 1 for 4 night for Mitch Moreland. Base hit in the 4th. Struck out a couple of times. Tony Zick's getting 1-1. Ken Owen short right field for Moreland. And then it fouls him off. 1-2. Zick trying to put an end to the Texas 9th. And he does. Strike 3 called. Strikes out the side. Fine performance by Tony Zick. Last ups for the Mariners. Bottom 3rd of the order. Chris Iannetta, Ketel Marte, and Leonys Martin. Rangers lead it by the count of 7-3.
Welcome back to Safeco Field. Mariners running out of time. We're headed to the bottom of the 9th. Right now they trail by 4. Hey, make sure you stay tuned after the final out from Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines. We're going to recap the night's action, head inside the clubhouse to hear from the skipper and the players. Plus, we'll preview tomorrow's showdown between Wade Miley and Derek Holland. It's all coming up on Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines, guys.
How about some late inning lightning? It'll be a tough chore going against Jake Diekman.
Hard throwing left-hander for the Rangers. The Mariners saw him down in Arlington. His fastball will be 95 to 98 miles an hour.
Are you ready?
And so far for him, 4 appearances, 2 1/3, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. He's yet to give up a hit.
Came over from the Phillies with Cole Hamels. Chris Iannetta to lead it off. 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. Struck out looking in the second. Popped out to Odor, the second baseman, in the fifth. Ball 1. The Texas bottom third of the order got things going and produced a 3-run 8th inning. See if the Mariners bottom third can rally here and maybe tie this baby up or win it here in the home ninth. Tel Marte on deck. And that's fielded by Diekman. Throws over to Moreland. 1 out.
See if Marte can get a base hit. Tough night for him. 0 for 3, all 3 of them strikeouts. And all of them swinging.
He's due. He's 0 for his last 10. Strike 1. Elvis Andrews throws out the Mariners shortstop.
Well, we're going to have a pinch hitter. Dae-Ho Lee is going to pinch it for Martin.
Likes the fastball. Diekman's got a good one. Let's see what happens. Quick 2 down here in the 9th. First big league hit for Mr. Lee was a home run. Two outs, nobody on. Rangers 7-3 here in the 9th.
There you have it, Dave. Good fastball at 96 and an aggressive swing from Lee.
Here's the 1-1. Off the fist, popped it up out of play. Mariners down to their last strike. Well, they waited a long time to see their guy come up. There's the 1-2. Man, what a save by Nicholas at 97 miles an hour.
There's a whole group of fans over the Mariner dugout, probably about 25 rows up.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch to Dae-Ho Lee, fouled off.
Well, Diekman is going to challenge him, all fastballs.
Imagine if he ever gets it going here.
Oh. Rally caps.
Yes, sir. 2-2. Off the fist again. Nicholas might have room, just out of room, into the camera well. Big slugger in Japan and Korea for a lot of years. 300+ home runs. 2-2 pitch from Diekman. Fouled off again.
See all those fastballs elevated at the top of the strike zone. And with Diekman throwing 97 miles an hour, tough to catch up to it.
Do it again at 2-2. Off high. Let one ride.
Why not?
Make them happy. Send them home happy. Challenged him. Base hit. No, Odor smothers and throws him out. It's that kind of night again for the Mariners as they lose by the count of 7-3. Season series with Texas now at 2-2. Moreover, the Mariners have lost 4 consecutive ball games here at home.
Yeah, a couple of tough breaks for Iwakuma tonight. He gave up 3 runs through the 6 innings, and really a tough night for Mike Montgomery. Not pitch well for the first time when he came out of the bullpen. And Nelson Cruz, all the offense tonight, drove in all 3 runs, including his 2nd home run of the season.
And even 3 hours time of game, 13,468. We continue our Mariner programming here from Safeco Field. Mariners postgame presented by Delta Airlines starts right now with Brad and Bill.
Gentlemen, thank you. A scene that's getting all too familiar watching the visitors celebrate on the field now. It's 4 straight losses for the Mariners, all here at home. And boy, when Nelson Cruz gets the RBI there in the first inning, the RBI double, you're thinking, hey, he's out of the slump, this offense out of the slump, but it just wasn't there again tonight.
Yeah, Colby Lewis, I thought, was very good. I mean, he had good command on both sides. He was unpredictable. Really executed his breaking ball well and then used fastballs late. But the Mariners are just not putting enough pressure. You take a guy that doesn't like to throw his fastball for strikes, you want to take that fastball away from him. They weren't able to do that. Lewis was terrific, and they just got too far behind, and tough to come back when those deficits are that large.
All right, let's talk pitchers. Lewis, you mentioned him. We'll get to him in a second. Let's talk Hisashi Iwakuma. Both of those guys go 6 innings tonight. They had no decisions their first starts. Lewis gets the win today. Kuma the loss. Do you think he was better? Did you like his stuff to split, how it played, maybe a little bit better than the first start in Texas?
Yeah, I thought he threw much better. He had better angle on where he was throwing. He knew he was able to put the ball where he wanted to. I thought he threw a lot of fastballs. I mean, that was the impression I got. Maybe that was the feeling they had against these guys. They wanted to make sure that they got the fastball in to kind of set the hook so they can throw the split. He did a good job of elevating the ball at times. Some of this has to be credit you have to give to the Rangers for opportunistic hitting, coming up with hitting, finding holes at the right time. I mean, he got 1 run that was basically all about Beltre's fluke down the line for a double. So there's really 2 runs he gives up. He strikes out 7. His command was better. And again, he finishes really, really well. I mean, the last couple of innings, he had good splits and really just mowed the side down in the 5th and 6th inning, and then he's out of the ball game. So I still think right now that Iwakuma, it's early in the season. They kid-gloved him in spring training. They want him to last the whole season, and each successive turn, he's going to get better and better. And I think it's a good sign when you see a guy finish like he did the 5th inning down in Texas, and then these last 2 innings he threw the ball really well, but it's sort of after the fact. But 3 runs in 6, 1 walk, 7 punch.
Quality
that's
start.
going to give you a chance to win.
97 chucks for Kuma. Takes his first loss. On the other side, Colby Lewis. Got to be frustrating for hitters in the big leagues. A guy who barely touches 90, if he does. But as you talked about, knows how to pitch in and out. Really got into a rhythm after that first inning.
Yeah, he's not a give-in guy. He's a backwards guy. In fact, when you look at the numbers, 9 of 22 first pitch strikes. I mean, he's pitching from behind almost like he'd prefer to do that so he can go opposite of what you're thinking. A lot of breaking balls.